Hello again, Smart Movers. We are back and we are here with a new series that will be shorter, clearer, and more actionable. We call it the 15-minute AMRAP series. In every episode, we will answer questions from the community, bust some myths, and talk about our game plan from moving forward. So that means your questions will be fuel for the podcast. Send them in, and it might be in our next episode. So let's kick it. Why the new format?
Because we talk too much, apparently. Which is not necessarily a bad thing, but we know the times we live in. People's attention span isn't very big. So we decided to make it shorter and stick to a more specific subject instead of a broad subject. Let's talk about programming, let's talk about nutrition, but just let's talk about something specific in nutrition or specific in programming. I'm guessing if we just dissect the big subjects into many questions, it should be fine in 15 minutes just to get it answered. So the main idea was also to give you something short enough that on your way from home to work or to the shop, you have finished our podcast or the subject of our podcast. Short and sweet. So yeah, I'm going to be curious what type of questions are going to come in from the community, what things are not clear or not so clear or not clear yet, because we don't always know, because what we think is maybe a valuable subject, then sometimes we get surprised on the questions that are coming in. So I'm curious what more questions come in.
Yes, what I did so far is to prepare us for the first few episodes is that I went straight to a few members that I know from the gym and I bump into them very often, and I just ask them a few questions and see which are the most inclined for them to have the biggest outcome from our answers.
Yeah.
So just for the start, we will have the questions. We're not gonna give the names who's gonna ask the question, and we're just gonna try our best to reply to them.
You also put it on Instagram once on a story, no? What do you want to hear us talk about more?
Yes, we were trying...
Or post about more, I don't remember what it was.
It was about posts, but we were trying to see which are the areas people are most interested in us posting about. And that's also a part that we inspired from.
Yeah.
So from that Instagram. Cool. How was summer?
I don't know. Training as usual routine, I don't know, nothing special. What did I do in summer? I don't know. Summer passed so fast. After summer, I had a high rocks. So in summer, I was preparing a lot of running, a lot of gym time, 6 trainings a week, leading up to September, where we went with how much was it? Six teams went to Rome. So summer was filled like any summer, like any month. I don't know. My months are always looking the same unless I'm going on a holiday, but. I'm just regular training, go to work, regular routine. Not much changes for me. How was your summer? Something different than before or after summer?
I ran more this summer.
Yeah.
That's what I remember. And I tried to have a balance between my workouts. I had a different approach, like I'm going to have also for the end of the year. I'm trying to play around with programming and see where do I feel most comfortable in. So training strength more or training cardio more or trying some new skills. So yeah, I tried to run this summer a bit more, and I was enjoying those warm mornings. I really like the Saturday runs in the morning at 9, and that was really cool. For the gym, the summer, I think it was better than expected. Like I saw multiple people in the gym not taking a break like they used to.
Yeah, there were indeed more people training this year in the gym. Don't know specifically why, because usually you have people taking a lot of breaks in the gym. They're going on a holiday, but the holiday lasts 1 week and they're gone for 6.
Yeah, we were having a trend of people leaving in July and coming back on September. That's a big break.
Yeah, and then it's a big road back.
We were constantly trying to tell them that no, this is too big of a break. You just started January. You're now June, July. Why throw out the window all the progress?
When I take a break, it means when I'm going on a holiday, for example, after the Rome competition, in the week after I didn't train too much anymore, but then afterwards it's a slow build up again to normal volume. Not that first week back in training, it's not at 100% yet. But then 2 weeks after my restart, then I'm back to normal rhythm, normal intensity, normal volume. I think it's a good thing to take full break, at least a week every 6 months, where you don't do any lifting and sports or not your regular routine. Let everything heal a bit. Let your nervous system heal a bit as well from all the stress you put on it. But I don't think it's necessary to do more than 1 or 2 weeks. The time of your holiday should be enough, and then you should just restart, not to lose too much, because after 3-4 weeks, you feel it on the cardio is starting to drop 10-20%. The strength holds on for a little bit longer, but then after a month, also the strength just starts slowly starting to decline, and it's a pity. Because to get it back, it will take you months to get back that short period that you took too long of a break.
Exactly. Well, I think it had a bit of influence is outdoor workouts. We had quite a bunch this summer. We did the first one very early, beginning of the summer at Colina Noa. Then we had a spontaneous one at Parco Ethnographic.
Oh yeah, right.
It was pretty fun to train there in that old place, like old environment.
I was never in there before till then.
Yeah, it was pretty nice.
Yeah.
The Fundamentals Festival, that was the name for the thing. And then we had the Hoya Forest run. Alex led that one, and he did like a really, really good job signalizing the path. He went like 2-3 times through the tracé.
Yeah.
Funny story, yeah. And then we had the Olympic pool and the Belvedere stairs. I enjoyed the stairs. They were hard, but they were very, very nice.
I think it's a good variation on what you normally do day to day in the gym. Those stairs, it's a spicy cardio stimulus, which also the people got now recently in our Clash of the Smart Movers.
Yeah. And maybe something that get them more inside the gym was that we put AC into the gyms, air conditioning.
For sure.
And it's a bit more cool. But the thing is that summer wasn't so warm this year, because I didn't turn on my AC at home so often like last year. Last year was like you were boiling inside your house. But this year was very manageable.
Yeah, for sure. I already forgot. Yeah, we have had that already for a couple of months. I already forgot that it's a new thing. But yeah, for sure.
It was different for you to train in that environment because it's a different air coming, the cold air. But it's definitely, you feel it once you go out to run and come back in the gym. It's like coming into a cave.
You get hit by the heat when you get out of the building. But yeah, you do feel a big difference in temperature when you then walk into that air-cooled room. But yeah, it's pleasant, for sure.
Exactly. And you asked me what I did this summer. The thing I did this summer was coming back to coaching. That's the thing I did, and it was different. I took on some classes, and I started again personal training. And I really missed that part, like being just into the management and admin side of the business. You're not anymore on the floor. And you kind of feel it, those small wins of making somebody move better, or those little tips that make somebody like, "Whoa, I didn't know that," and them using it in a positive way.
The extra satisfaction you get from that.
And even fine-tuning the personal training programming to some soccer mom or some guy that just wants to get a bit more healthier because he's working too much and doesn't train too often. So I enjoy this a lot, so I'm gonna keep the same energy until the end of the year, most probably. So what is the focus for the rest of the year? Because we having just a few months ahead. What will we do as a gym from this moment on?
From what point of view?
We have a special programming
On popular demand, I tweaked it a bit more strength biased, the programming. Usually Monday, Tuesday are our busiest days. It's usually some kind of a longer workout or a team workout most of the time. But I try to put in now 3 days where there is a lift. So trying to get in a press, trying to get in some kind of a squat, trying to get in some kind of a deadlift. And then that day, some more accessory work or a very short cardio piece. Because a lot of people enjoyed the summer programming where I announced that we were going to do that. So I'm just prolonging it and we'll see where it goes. I might plan a new cycle of testing and then a new block of programming to retest in 3 or 4 months.
So the feedback was positive about the new programming, the back in the day programming?
Yeah.
And you kept it for a longer while?
Yeah, kept it, yeah. Like I told some people in the gym when they gave me that feedback, was that this type of programming with more lifting and Metcon on the same day, it can be done if you're smart about it. You need to be in tune with your body. You need to listen to the signs of your body. You're gonna need to maybe take an extra rest day once in a while, or you'll come into the gym and it's lifting and Metcon, and maybe that lifting part you shouldn't go. Like today, it's 85% on the deadlift. But if your body says it's not an 85% day, you're going to have to listen to it. So that's a bit the downfall of doing a lot of strength, is that it's good if you listen to your body and you make adjustments on the spot, smart ones. Then you're going to recover from it. If you don't, then it can be a recipe for disaster. To just lift what's written on the board without listening to the signs of your body. Because everybody will react differently to the same programming recovery wise. So be smart. Don't overdo it because somebody next to you, your friend, is encouraging you to go heavier. Listen to your body.
That's really awesome. And I know that one of the last hero workouts is coming.
Yeah.
Chad 1000. What can you tell me about that?
I think we programmed it on 14 November? Monday? I don't know if that's a Monday. On a Monday, the middle of November somewhere. I don't know if that's 14, but somewhere there. It's 1,000 step-ups for time. It's a hero workout, just like a Murph. It's with weight. Normally do it with a weighted vest. I programmed it as a team workout. Partially one, because 1,000 step-ups, if you're not used to it, that's going to give you so much muscle pain in the days after. Unless you make an entire programming the weeks before where you slowly build up that volume in step-ups. But otherwise, it's going to be a big shock on the body to do 1,000. So I broke it up as a team, so we will each do 500. That's one reason. But the second reason is that if you do 1,000 by yourself, you're going to go over 1 hour. And as you know, our classes are the goal is to stay in an hour, and in a team of 2, you can probably finish that under an hour.
So you have it all structured. It's just going to come. And if you never did it, like I never did it, I can't wait for me to try it.
Yeah, and also here make smart decisions. Know a bit your training volume. Am I a person that comes 5 times a week? Then I'm used to a lot of volume. You'll probably be fine. Am I a person that comes only 2 times a week? You're already going to have to be a bit more careful, because this is a brutal workout in comparison to what you're used to. You're used to putting your body under stress 2 times a week, and maybe one of those 2 times it's a purely cardio-based workout and you're not using too much weight. So in that case, you shouldn't add weight on that team version of the 500 step-ups each. Everybody's here mentally tough enough to finish, but it's not a smart thing. Make smart decisions.
Exactly. So that's it for today's 15-minute AMRAP. This was our new start, short and packed. Subscribe, share your questions with us, and join us next time.